Welcome back to Mountain Connections. Vigor is a show that recently returned to BET Plus. It's a show about a close-knit group of 30-somethings who navigate love, friendship, relationships, finances, all the things that they encounter together. I recently spoke with two of the individuals that are part of the show. Let's take a look. Season 2 of the original comedy Vigor is returning with edgier, funnier, and smarter episodes, if that's even possible. Today I am speaking with the creator, showrunner, writer Felischa Marye, and starring Tanisha Long. They're both with us. Felischa and Tanisha, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having us.
So I'm going to start with Felischa. Tell me more about the show.
Yeah, so Bigger is about five friends who were college friends who are now in their mid 30s. And they've hit a place in their life living in the ambitious city of Atlanta where they're wondering, is there anything bigger and better in life than where they're currently at in life? Inspired by me in my mid 30s hitting a wall in my at that time, wondering if my career in like marketing and PR was really where I wanted to be, knowing that it wasn't, pursuing something bigger, which ended up being writing. So it sort of came from that nugget. And then we have a lot of fun with it because they're not only questioning their professional lives, they're questioning their personal lives, wondering if it's big enough. And we have a lot of fun with that too. In season 2, it's more of that, but we get to see the friends at their different, in the different parts of their journey. You know, maybe they were up last season, down this season, down last season, up this season, like real friends, and they all hold each other up along the way. And this is all happening in season 2 in the world of the pandemic as well.
And Tanisha, season 1, there was a lot going on, many things happening. Where does season 2 come in at, and where does the story start?
So season 2, we catch everybody 7 months later after that very spicy season finale that I will not comment on, like events of that. And the friend group is getting back together for the first time because of all the quarantines. They didn't get to see each other. And things are in some places that might not be great for certain people, Lane being one of them. She is not very good at speaking her mind or resolving things. And so that's her situation. Everybody else is kind of like bossing up or boss down and trying to boss up. And they're all just there to support each other through their problems and the pandemic. I didn't spoil anything. I'm so proud because I felt a spoiler. It was slipping right out my mouth.
I know, it's so hard. Tanisha, also tell me more about your character in the show, Lane.
Lane is very idealistic. She's still trying to find her voice. Season 2, she definitely is a little more in tune with her own voice, but she's still very confused about what she needs in life, and what her life even should be.
And Felischa, what are you looking forward to seeing the most when you tune in and when everyone else gets to tune into season 2?
I look forward to see what people relate to the most. Last year, it was just the friend group in general. The idea of a show that's about a group of friends, a group of Black friends specifically, that is really about them figuring life out and not about a whole lot else. Because that's what's real in our lives. And so that was the relatable thing this year. And now that people know the friends, I'm just wondering what part of the storyline they'll sink their teeth into. And I'm looking for surprises. Maybe there are areas or things that will stick that I didn't anticipate. So I just look forward to our fans talking on Twitter, because they are very vocal there. And then also finding new fans would be great too in season 2.
And Tanisha, when you reflect on Lane, your character in Vigor, are there any things that are very similar between the two of you or very different?
It's funny because the first season, I felt like I was in a point in my life where I was her. It was very confusing. I was like, I'm Lane, because I was like considering quitting acting, and I was really questioning, is there something bigger out there for me that wasn't acting? And my career's been doing great, so that's awesome. And I find myself in a different place with her in the second season where I'm like, wow, Lane, get it together. Like, I got a little frustrated with her, and normally I'm extremely sympathetic. And then it got to a point when I was like, girl, what are you doing now? Like, what's happening? I won't spoil what that is, but she has a lot of growth emotionally that she needs to do, and I go to therapy, so it's different over here.
And Felischa, as a creator, executive producer, and showrunner of Bigger, what are some challenges of taking on all of those roles?
And I directed 2 episodes before the end of it all. On top of that, this last season, it was a lot in a pandemic. But you know, I feel like once you make the positive step toward your dreams, the universe often pushes you the rest of the way off the cliff. And there are a lot of I was really ambitious, and this is kind of what season 2 is about as well. I was really ambitious, and I want to be a writer and a director and a dit. And along the way, I'm like, well, directing, maybe one day, and and I started to simplify my own dream and got kind of disconnected from how big the original dream was once I started to pursue it. This dream of writing. I wanted to be a director. I wanted to be a showrunner. I said that, but then when someone's like, "Hey, you want to do that today?" You're like, "Wait, today?" You know what I mean? And so I was experiencing a little bit of that, and I tried to put that in the show as well because I think that's real. Because people think like, "Oh, I'm on now, so it's just gonna be up from here." Well, sometimes fear sets in. Viola Davis said something very like transformative to me in the past week about the imposter syndrome and all. Viola Davis, the imposter syndrome. But I needed her to tell Miss Oprah that so that I can hear it, so that I can know that that's true for all of us, even if we're closer to our dreams, even if we've gotten validated by people to going as we pursue our dreams. So I tried to put that in season 2 as a theme as well, so that along the way everything isn't just merry as you get closer.
Mm-hmm.
Season 2 of Bigger returns Thursday, April 22nd to stream on BET Plus. Thank you so much, both of you, Tanisha and Felischa, for joining me today. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.